The battle between the Turkish government and the Kurdish militant group known as the PKK, well, it's nothing new. Tens of thousands have been killed in the past 30 years. Now Turkey is facing a new threat, ISIL. And Ankara is facing criticism from the international community for not doing enough to combat the jihadists. CCTV's Natalie Carney has more.
Turkey's security forces have their hands full. The military killed 32 PKK terrorists in the country's southeast over the weekend, while counterterrorism units arrested 33 suspected ISIL extremists in Istanbul and the southern province of Adana. Meanwhile, new information reveals that 450 ISIL fighters have been recruited in the capital, Ankara. And the Interior Ministry acknowledges that there are likely thousands more planning attacks on Turkey and abroad.
We have seen more arrests, but we haven't seen that many people being kept in custody. A lot of people being arrested and then released afterwards. And it's difficult to know how much they're really going after some of these networks.
According to Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, some 3,000 PKK militants were killed in 2015 when renewed fighting broke out following the breakdown of peace talks with the Kurdish separatists. This is prompting critics to accuse the government of not using their resources responsibly, choosing to focus on the more domestic threat of the PKK. And in some extreme cases, even allowing ISIL to fight its battles.
On June 5th of last year, 2 large bomb explosions rocked an election rally for the pro-Kurdish HDP, killing 4 and wounding hundreds of others. For quite some time, police had been monitoring the activities of the attacker after his own parents reported him, suspecting that he had joined ISIL. However, the morning of the attack, reportedly, that police surveillance ended, prompting some very serious questions.
A
lot of us thought that the government's goal was to make radical Islamic groups attack in the city centers. Many Kurdish people feel that ISIL is receiving big support from Turkey.
Yet the government vehemently denies this, arguing Turkey is fighting terrorism on all fronts.
For us, there is no difference between terrorist organizations. Whatever their purpose is, for us, a terrorist organization is a terrorist organization. We will continue our fight until weapons are laid down, and not one single terrorist remains within our borders.
In Turkey, that's a tall order.
We're still seeing a very disproportionate response now. We see what they're doing in the east of Turkey at the moment with very heavy-handed tactics being used against these no-go areas in Kurdish cities. We're not seeing that same determination, the same enthusiasm being directed against ISIL.
Ankara has been fighting the PKK predominantly in the mountains of the country's southeast for more than 3 decades, while ISIL presents a newer threat based on ideology.
The PKK is a secular movement, and you can negotiate with the PKK. They have their own targets. But ISIL is very different. You cannot negotiate with radical Islamic groups. They are non-negotiable. There is no doubt that ISIL is a very dangerous group for both Turkey and the region.
Further complicating Turkey's challenges, many Kurds disenchanted with the PKK are now joining ISIL, creating blurry lines between 2 dangerous fronts, all blamed for rising death tolls. Natalie Carney for CCTV in Diyarbakir, Turkey.